Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Poppin' Bottles. I am your host, HBIC, the head bum in charge, and today I got a twofer for you. It's the brand new Knob Creek releases. They have their first ever Bourye Rye and their first ever Knob Creek, the 10-year rye. So we're gonna crack these open and see what how they taste. Give my my review on them. So we'll start with the Knob Creek, the Bourye Rye. Absolutely love a nice Bourye Rye. The High West Bourye Rye, the Master's Keep. That's the Unforgotten. That's a nice Bourye Rye. So I'm a sucker for a nice Bourye Rye. So this one coming in at 113 proof. It's 30% 9-year bourbon. So it's their standard 9-year, and then 70% 7-year rye. So it's going to be very rye heavy, but let's see how this one goes. And I'm not going to go too crazy into the tasting notes. We all know how Knob Creek tastes, especially their standard offerings. You know, the classic Knob Creek taste notes. So let's just see how they did with these two new releases here with the Bourye Rye. And MSRP on this was $50, so not bad for a Bourye Rye. All right. Nose is very nice. Yeah, like I said, I'm not going to go too crazy in the notes. We all know Knob Creek, standard Knob Creek. We've all had it before. I don't need to hash that out again. Let's just see how this goes. I like it. You know, smooth on the front, little spice on the end. Nothing too overpowering with like a normal rye. But yeah, it's okay. It's decent, I will say, for their first foray into a Bourye Rye. For a 9-year bourbon and a 7-year rye. It's a nice, easy sipper. Could be an everyday drinker. If this was, I don't know how readily available it's going to be. I grabbed this a few weeks ago and it sold out pretty quick. So I don't know if this is going to be an everyday shelfer for them. Doesn't say anything about limited release on here. So if you know, drop a comment on there if you know if this is a actual true release or not. Yeah, nothing that's gonna like blow me away. It's a solid B for Knob Creek products. Yeah, don't mind it, don't hate it, but compared to like a Wild Turkey or the High West Bourye Rye, I probably still choose those two any day of the week. But for $50 and for, you know, their standard, you know, big batch 9 and 7-year releases, I think that's pretty good. So all right, okay, that's it. Get a quick palate rinse on that. All right, then we have the new one. So we started with the 7-year rye in here. We're moving on to a 10-year rye. So this one clocked in, I believe it was 70 for this bottle. And I had, if you come across this, I think this one's a little more hard to find in the Bourye Ryes, but you still see this floating around in some other local shops. And the proof on this is 100 proof, so a lot smaller than the other proofs on that. So all right, let's see how their 10-year rye racks up here. Classic Knob Creek rye notes on that. Okay, so kind of like the same thing I said with this. It's very smooth and subjective. We talk about it all the time on the bourbon bums. Very light. I think it's, you know, like there's some of those like when we picked our Knob Creek rye, when we did our store pick here. So this is a 9-year rye on this, and this was very much a rye drinker's rye. It was, you get a lot of spice on that. This, I think, is more of a bourbon drinker's rye. It's smooth. You don't get a lot of heat, not a lot of spice on the finish. You just get a little taste of it. But I think they're trying to go for a more smoother finish with the 10 years. So yeah, I like this. I like this a lot. I think if you're trying to get into ryes, if you're more of a bourbon rye kind of guy, like a bourbon drinker's rye, this is in your wheelhouse. If you're a hardcore rye person, you like the heavy baking spice, pepper, and I don't think you're gonna get that too much from here. But for their first foray into a 10-year rye, I think it's pretty good. Like I said, we did a 9 years, so we're pretty close on this, and we did a heavy, like rye. So, but yeah, both of these are fairly good. This one I'm gonna give another a B for that one too. It's a nice, easy sipper. So that is my two quick reviews on the new Knob Creek offerings. Their Bourye Rye and their 10-year rye. So if you guys had these, interested to know what you think, leave your thoughts in the comments below. And with that, we'll see you next time on Poppin' Bottles. Cheers.